Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I'm gonna cover hopefully everything when it comes to selling your home and then buying another one. So stick around to the end, let's get into it. I'm that Agent Kelly. On this channel, I primarily talk about real estate investing, mindset, and a bunch of other stuff pertaining to business. So if you get any value or entertainment from this video, all that I ask is that you thumbs up and subscribe. All right, in this video, I'm gonna talk about specifically the process, how it looks to sell your home and then buy another one, because I know this can be a very stressful process for a lot of people, and I just wanna hopefully be able to remove some of that stress before you go into the transaction. And then later on, I'll make two separate videos, one for selling your home in a hot market and one for doing this in a down market. All right, so obviously I'm gonna briefly go over the beginning of the process. You're gonna call your realtor, you're gonna speak to your mortgage broker. In the next week or two before your home goes live on the market, you're gonna maybe do some touch-ups around the house, declutter. You might have a stager come in that replaces some of the furniture, or maybe just rearranges the furniture that you have in the home already. You're gonna do pictures, professional pictures, professional video. You're gonna have your floor plans professionally measured, and then you're gonna go live 1 to 2 weeks down the road, ideally. So you've done an open house, you've found a buyer, you've negotiated with the buyer, you guys have come to an agreement on the price. In that offer, there are going to be dates. Completion date, possession date, and the adjustment date. Completion date is the day where the transaction actually completes. That's the day that the buyer takes legal ownership of your home, and typically that's when your money is going to be paid out. It may not be right away. Sometimes they do it right away instantly via a check, or sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days if they're bank wiring the money, but the completion day is the day where the transaction actually completes and the new buyer takes ownership of your property. Then the possession date, they're all important, but this is the one that is probably most important when it comes to selling and then buying a home, is the possession date. That's the day the buyer is actually allowed to possess the home. That's the day they're allowed to step foot in the home and grab the keys from you. Adjustment date is the day where the new buyer takes liability for tax and insurance purposes. Usually this is set on the same day as the possession day, so they are not liable for paying tax or paying insurance before they're actually living in the home. So typically when you sell your home, you wanna line up the dates in such a way that there is a spread between the completion day and the possession day. Usually at least 2 days. I like to try to get 4 if I can. That way, when you're buying the new place, you can line up the dates where you have possession of both the house you just sold and the new home you bought. That way you have a full day of being able to move back and forth from property to property. So here's an example. Let's just say the dates on the sale of your home look like this. September 1st, completion. September 5th, possession. September 5th, adjustment date. So we have a 4-day spread from when the sale completes, and you can continue living in the home until the 5th. The purchase of your home in an ideal world would look like this. September 2nd, completion day. Possession and adjustment dates, September 4th. That way, you have possession of both your house and the new house on September 4th. So you can move back and forth from your existing house to the new house, moving all of your furniture and all your belongings from one house to the next. You now have an entire day and a partial day on the 5th to move your stuff back and forth. Now let's just say the seller of the new house you're buying has to, for whatever reason, have a completion date of October 15th, which is obviously 2 weeks before the completion of the sale of your home, meaning you won't actually have the money to buy that home until the 1st of September. This can be done, and it's very common, but you would have to ask your lender for something called a bridge loan. This is basically an interim loan that a lender can give you on the basis that you have a firm sale on the house you're selling already. So they'll say, hey, don't worry, we'll lend you the money to buy this home. Just make sure you pay us back when the sale of your house completes and you get the money from that sale. Obviously, a bridge loan does cost money. Usually a couple $100 a day plus a couple points in interest. But it is a small price to pay, in my opinion, to actually get the home you want. Now, all of this is very flexible and can change drastically from situation to situation. I'm just giving you guys a very broad overview of how this transaction could play out. This is kind of the way that I like to structure all of my sales and then purchases. I like to try to do a 4-day spread, and that gives us tons of flexibility when we actually go to buy the next home. Anyways, I hope you guys found this helpful. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.